Hello, everybody. Let me see why it's not going live. I don't know if it's going live or not because I'm not seeing my cat. Let me see here. There we go. Now it's saying going live. Like, wait a minute. Turn my cell phone off. Set that right there. Wait for it to pop on. Then I go wash my hands and we can start cooking. For some reason it's still playing somebody else's stream. That's weird. And I'm going to have to adjust my light. Yeah, it's going to be fine. All right. Let me just try to get this. I may have to use my phone. To talk to chat for some reason. Oh, there it goes. All right, now I'm live. And turning my cell phone off. My first IRL live doing a cooking show, so bear with me. All right, so we're making beef stew tonight. Hey, James. All right, I had to make sure because everything was working right. Give me 1 second, I gotta wash my hands since I was messing with the light over there. Grab my cloth right here. So we're making beef stew tonight, homemade from scratch. Now I'm gonna pull this up. My apron I do not have right now, so it's just gonna be some work shirt. This recipe I got from allrecipes.com. Now this is 6 servings and it takes about 2.5 hours to basically cook and get underway. And that's including prep time. This has 273 calories. I know it's blasphemy that I don't have the kits to cook or apron, but I don't do much cooking at the house. Since we're still remodeling, half the time I'm just getting carry out. So it actually, in the recipe, asks for a bottom round, 2 pounds of it, a bottom round roast and trim and cut. What I went ahead and did was I already got them cut. So that way I can just go ahead and start searing them into the pan. I'm actually going to set these right over here. Now I will not be bringing my computer over to my oven because there is steam. And what's the title? I got here a name. Well, this is a rarity. Normally I don't do cooking and everything, so this is just a test right now on how it does. So I have my stream up. At the same token, the recipe up too, so I can see it. So I'm looking at chat. I got my recipe over here, so I don't even know how I square up. So now I've already went ahead and did some pre-stuff already before we started. I worked the carrots already. Got to work those because they grow in the ground. You don't know what's in there when you sell them. So safety reasons, always work them. I also ordered the potatoes. Got those going. I got those all washed, and I got celery already done, washed. So let's go ahead and get it going. We're doing this, basically, I'm cooking this recipe because I was going to cook it off stream. I did a homemade mushroom soup the other day. It was fantastic. It only takes an hour to make. So here we go. So that it was very good. It didn't last. It didn't last. We didn't have any leftovers, so it was good. So right now we're going to go ahead and get started. We got the trimmed up beef over there. So it's asking for 3 carrots sliced. So what I'm going to do is I like a little bit more stuff in my soups. I'm putting in 4. So we're going to be cutting those up and we're going to be putting them in this bowl right here. I know. It's actually been snowing outside where I'm at today. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just start cooking and everything. Again, stuff. I got Thanksgiving coming up next week with family. I'm cooking green bean casserole for them. Now I'm just going ahead and trimming them. Now I do have a tool that makes it a little bit faster, but you know what? Sometimes it's just good going with the hands and everything. Yeah, it's not like heavy snow here. It was just a slight. I had this morning, woke up, there was snow on my car. By this afternoon, it was melted away. So basically, we're cutting these about this thick right here. Just to help cook it fast enough when we throw it into the big pan and everything. I'm using the big pan right there when we mix everything together, the skillet for the beef so I can sear it and trap some of the juices inside. Now, a lot of you don't know, or if you do know, I actually went to culinary school. I went to the Art Institute. Now, I have a love and hate relationship with that school. On the learning side, I learned from some cool chefs, techniques and everything, like how to hold a knife, like right here and everything. Different techniques in there. For like working in a restaurant. The administrative side of that college was horrible. Horrible. They actually are closing down those colleges now. The one I went to is closed down. All right. Just a little bit of excess we just throw away. Get this right here into this bowl. And it's not too exciting. I'm not like Emerald or something, you know, saying BAM or anything else. So we're going to go ahead and cut up the rest of these. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Bust out my slicer. It'll just go a lot faster. So we'll just get that done. That'll be uniformed. And drop one on the ground. I'll pick that up later. So how you been doing, James? I know you're doing a stream tonight honoring Stan Lee. How's that going to go tonight? If you're still in chat. Now you want to be careful using these slicers. Now this one here actually has right here. We can get it out. My kitchen boards are a little bit messy. They have one of these which basically snaps on. Well, kind of hard to do that with this carrot and everything, so I'm doing it by hand. Now, I learned the hard way to be careful about blades. Back when I worked in a meat shop, I was being trained on this meat tenderizer. Well, the guy who was training me had it rigged up where it didn't have the safety feature on, and I didn't notice. The blade caught my glove and actually dragged these 3 fingers into the meat tenderizer. I had this ring finger right here. had about 22 stickers alone. I can only bend it about right here. So, but I was very lucky I didn't lose my 3 fingers because I was 1 centimeter off from cutting the main nerve on there and I would have had to lose them. And that is good. So, but yeah, games. So, what are you playing tonight? How are you liking that Lego game? Because I know you played it before. Piece right here and get around space. I'm loving it. I never played the actual Marvel ones, and I'm loving it. That's good. I had one I played on the Vita. Right, we got that right there. Final carrot. And we move on to the celery and then onion. Then we can actually start mixing all this together. This is the hard part, is the prepping. Prepping always takes the longest. I believe, Nate, you actually work in a restaurant, do you not? You're the manager of a restaurant? What restaurant is that? While I was cooking, got Chipotle. I actually had Mexican food last night from a local restaurant called Rancho Bravo. I have the El Quesadilla fajita, which is fajitas, but they put them in like a quesadilla style with, hang on a second. Go. There, they put it in with refried beans, brown rice, guacamole, sour cream, lettuce, tomato, with fajitas on there, and a sort of like pan warm tortilla shell, flour tortilla shell, not corn. Get this right in here. Now again, if you're expecting like my normal stream to be happy, don't we're going games. No, cooking is like an art. You gotta take your time on it. Make sure you do it just right. You never want to screw it up because food costs money. So we'll go ahead and how many celery was that? 2 stalks, so we're gonna go 3. Give me a second. I actually didn't even stream yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. So I was like, oh, it's better just not stream. Just coughing real bad because it's changing weather. Normally I don't like using this, but in this circumstance, this stuff, normally when I cook, I'm walking into something. I take my time, I use my chef's knife, then I do this, but since this is more time consuming, I'll just go ahead and use this to get it done faster. Just went off the counter. Now all this stuff I bought is at Kroger's. So if you're wondering where I got it, it's at Kroger's. I think total cost was about, for this alone, I would have to say about $25, $30. And that's including me and all the ingredients that we're using today. So it's on the cheap side if you have $30 to spare. You can find great recipes. Now, I was going to use a slow cooker that I have to do. There was a recipe that I got from a slow cooking recipe that takes about 4 to 5 hours to do. And I was like, I'm going to have to do that on the day where I really don't want to. I am actually cutting celery real fast. Getting that, we're making beef stew tonight. How are you doing today? I think total cost. What's black for Frank? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I have to say about 25 and all the ingredients. So it's on the cheap side if you have $30 to spare. You can find great. Well, what I'm doing right here is actually using a little slicer. And I'm just really fast cutting the celery because this beef stew actually takes about 2 hours to cook. And I just want to get it done. I do have my chef's knife. I've been actually cutting off the tip of celery, mostly, and doing stuff like that. So, how are you doing tonight? Normally this isn't my type of streaming, but I am trying to put my culinary degree into play. So, I'm just using this kind of real fast. So I get stuff cooking in the pan back there behind me. And we get everything moved over there once we're done. How are you doing tonight? Thank you, James. By the way, James is actually another streamer friend of mine. He's doing a tribute stream to Stan Lee playing Lego Marvel Heroes tonight. So when he starts streaming, y'all go over there and check him out because he's a pretty cool streamer and a pretty good person overall around. All right, we got that done. So we'll just move all this right here in our bowl right here. If I have enough space, I may have to get a bigger bowl. All right. So we got our corn and celery right here. Now the next thing up we have to do is get our onion, and it's asking for half of it sliced. So we're going to take half the onion, cut it soft. Now we still have to take the skin off, so give me a second to go get that done. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, my stream, actually, once I get this started, I'll do a mini stream and everything else once it's done, because I'm not going to sit here for the 2 hours or so while it's cooking, because the 2 hour mark is actually why it's sitting there simmering for 2 hours. So once I get this started and we see how it's sort of looking and everything, that'll be the end of the stream, and we'll head over to James. So we're doing half an onion sliced. All right. Half of it right there. So give me a second. All right, where's my other bowl at? And I'm going, you know what? I'm going to dissect that a little bit more. So I don't like them being long and stringy and stuff. So just give me a second. We're going to slice these up just a little bit more. We're going to be about this size. That way, yeah, it's easier. We're going to cook about the same, but you know, it all depends on how you want your onions to look. All right, so we got that done. Go over to our trash area. Put this right here. And we got our onions. So the next thing we need to do is make sure we have all of our other ingredients. So we got the chopped celery, carrots, onions. We'll get the 2 cups of water here. Second, we got our Worcestershire sauce, or how do you pronounce it? And man, that onion is starting to get to me now. That's that right there. Woohoo! Allspice. We'll use about maybe a teaspoon of it. And we need to get our smacked garlic clove real fast. Now, don't you just hate when you chop an onion and then it starts to make your eyes watery. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do about 2, it actually calls for 1 clove and everything. I'm actually, because that's actually a big size, I'm actually doing 2 of them. And we smash them. Oh, actually that is 2, never mind. That was 2 in 1. We smash them. Now, a good technique about this is what I learned in culinary school. You take your knife like this, and you just press down and stuff. And actually, you can smash them right up. You get the skin. It basically smashes them up and gets all the excess off. And we chop an onion, and then it starts to make your eyes watery. An important thing about after using garlic, wash your hands. Thank you, Frank, for the follow. And also, Obi, thank you for the follow too. So we got that going. Now, I got to actually wash my hands. We're going to put, where there it is, the garlic into this little black thing right here, this little black bowl. Now, we are making the beef stew tonight, and again, that's going to take about 2 hours. Let me wash my hands to get the garlic off the hand. So, now it also calls for white sugar. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of that, along with 1 teaspoon of black pepper and 1 teaspoon of paprika. So, let me just scroll this down, because everything here on the internet is stuff. All right, now it does call for bay leaves, but I don't like using bay leaves only because you got to fish that out. If you don't get all of it out, it can become poisonous if you ingest it. There's a huge bay leaves for the flavor, and then you have to get it out and throw it away. So whenever something calls for bay leaf to use, I just leave it alone because I don't want risking anything. 1 pinch of allspice, and then we're going to use, it calls for 2 russet potatoes chopped. You can leave the skin on, which that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use 3 potatoes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put oil right here into a large skillet. And let me see, what was that again up there? 2 tablespoons, so do 2 tablespoons. And if anybody who lives in the country likes to cook how I do, tablespoon. not the actual measurement, because we go by eye and taste. That's how I got this down. So let me go ahead and turn this on high. I turned it about six or so. Now, why my clock says 350? I actually have it on the oven on for warming up the rolls, because I picked up some some rolls to pop in the oven for later on tonight. So go ahead and get this going. Do 2 tablespoons. And if anybody lives in the country likes to cook out the actual measurement, because we go by eye and taste. There you go. Good thing about this is you just want to roll it around, get it going. Let that sit there. And I actually like using a paper plate instead of just settings on the counter. And where is it? Where is there it is. Now let's bring this right over here to, yes, you'll see how messy my other half of my kitchen is. I got my recyclables right there, so don't mind that. So, and if you're wondering, well, I got 2 coffee canisters right here. One's for coffee, one's for hot chocolate or tea. So let me move that back there further so I have more space. Get this back here because I'll need that. Set that right there. And double check to make sure. All right, there we go. Now bring back this up. Yep, just moving everything around. So we're going to heat this up. I'm going to get these going. Put that a little bit. Set this right over here so I have everything. Now I picked this meat up at Kroger's. It's either Kroger's or Walmart around here. And it calls for 2 pounds. And it's basically, I'm breaking up the cube steaks right now. Turn the pan on low so the steam will go up through the pan. So, hey Nate, how are you doing, my friend? Now we also got this going. We're going to be cooking this too, so I'm just going to go ahead and open this up while I have sauteing on the skillet. So leave the way. Always pick up that and clean up as you're going and everything. How you doing, Nate? I say, I know who Oreo is. Nate, is this big Nate I went to school with? That's double checking here. We got, and once we get this, we're going to be transferring the meat and the oil over to this pot. I'm not turning it on yet, only because we are not ready for it. We're just transferring. We're not on it yet. Now what? Your stove basically. Oh, I'm doing good, Nate. We're cooking some beef stew tonight. You also are eating a salad from Chipotle. How are you doing tonight, Nate? Only a big chunks. There's my Coke. If Coke likes to sponsor me, I really appreciate that. I love Coke. Coca-Cola is not drunk. I do enjoy here. Glad you stopped by. Getting ready for work. Yeah, I'm still job searching. I'm actually trying to. Yeah, terrible. Here we go. Turn it over. One thing about me is you want to make sure you cook it all the way through before you mix it in with other food or anything, because you don't want to cross contaminate. Because if you're cooking it, you have raw juices or anything, and it's not cooked out. That's why it's boiling and all the steams right here. You don't want to cook it with your vegetables or anything else with that because you cross contaminate. Screw you, AJ. How are you doing, my friend? How you doing, AJ? Cooking some beef stew tonight. You gotta get Stacy over there to tell you, hey, you need to cook this for me. Tell her chop chop. Basically, this is going to be probably the second longest part. Because in here. You're actually looking. Yeah, so okay, so I can frame this up right. It's actually going to be looking. It looks like it's cooked right now, but there's still some red in there. So you want to get it almost cooked all the way through. So that way, you're not cross-contaminating, you're not ruining any of the other vegetables, and you're not basically serving anything that may be raw. Now, duck hump beef, there's a way to cook that without that purple is actually red. Because on the screen you're seeing is actually heat. This is an electric stove. So on the screen it's got that red part that you normally see when you turn on an electric stove. That's red is actually purple on there. That maybe Stacy's a vegetarian, but you're not. So you can just cook it for you. Get a big pan. But no, it's actually just turning purple. It's actually red right here on my stove. I'm cooking a little bit of Thanksgiving next week. Should be drinking water staying over the heat. That's my son, you picked that. If you like to check it, if you get a good big piece, cut it, make sure that looks good. So what we'll do is we'll turn this back on. Dry over here, along with the oil. Because we need 2 pounds of it, I got to go and throw a little bit more back on here. And throw a little bit more so it's not get this one going. Give me a second, I'll check that here in a second. Oh, they did not cut this that good. There we go. Oh, hell no, I'd eat that. Oh, you eat that? Yeah, no, that's why I might want to make sure I cook it all the way through. All right, so we need 2 cups of water. Now, I'm not going to get sprinkling a little bit in here, just to keep it from not burning to the bottom of the pan, if we're not 100% ready. Pull it off there, just to get the pan warm enough to keep this meat warm. So we got that going. Keep an eye on this still. All right. So how's your day been going, AJ and everybody? Tell me how you guys' day been. Mine's been going good. Yesterday, again, like I said, I didn't stream because I was just having a back call. Thought I was getting a head code and wasn't, so I'm actually feeling better today. So the next thing we're going to be doing is actually mixing all the ingredients in there. I'm going to set the stuff right here. Grab garlic. Got the sugar over there. I have to cut up the potatoes, but we won't be adding the potatoes in until about 40 minutes before the soup's actually done. I was investing in schoolwork today. Thank goodness I'm all caught up. I actually had schoolwork on Sunday because most of my tests don't unlock until Sunday, so I take Sunday morning and a little bit of the afternoon to get them done. Right now I'm getting a C in it, but that's because I screwed up on a test. But I'll end up leaving the class with a B once everything's done. Well, at least you have a routine done. You got a routine down, and basically I'd be happy with that. Work, stay after work, go home, relax. Don't have to worry about surprises. By the way, anybody who is watching, you also follow like Frank and Nate and all the others. Check out JoeStar1987. He's also a fellow streamer of mine. And he's a good friend of mine. Go over there and hit the follow button for him. But he does a lot of charity streams for a lot of good causes. Also check out Forrest Play, because he changed it. I almost said the wrong one. And actually, all the good ones that come up with Nightbox, that sound good, because they're all pretty good streamers. Check this out. Look. This one. Good. Still pretty raw. That. There's one thing I need to do though. It's just flying. All that grease is flying right here. So the next thing we're going to do once we get on there, we're going to actually put all the water, the carrots, celery, Worcestershire sauce, salt. I don't have any salt because I never cooked with salt. The sugar, the pepper, all the ingredients in there with the beef, and then we're going to cover it and let it simmer for 90 minutes, an hour and a half. Now, once the hour and a half is done, we add the potatoes with a quarter, actually not a quarter, just a couple of chunks. And then you just cook them for about 40 more minutes until the potatoes are tender. And then when that's done, your stew is done. And I'm not going to, I don't want to marinate the stew in it. Staying on for the whole 90 minutes. You don't need oil anymore, so pick that up. Get the oil or grease on good. So, I was actually starting to watch The Wonder Years again. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that or heard of it, but it's a pretty good show. I know AJ and James and me have all heard of it. I went and bought the whole series on Walmart because Netflix took it off. So I'm just rewatching that series. That's a pretty good series to watch and everything. Good family oriented. So there we go. What the heck? Nope. There you go. Now it highlights it all black. And what the heck? See, my computer, I got a little grease on my finger, and I was like, what the hell is on the touchpad? That looks a lot better. So, I know AJ, you went all Bohemian Rhapsody. Why don't you tell people what you thought about that? All right, that is all done now. Put oil right here. Oil and everything. Put this right here. So it's full. Now I asked for 2 cups of water. So I put just a little bit in there. So we're going to put 2 cups of water in there. And I'm going to throw a little bit extra in there. Always good just to have a little bit extra. We got that going. All right, we're going to throw the carrots. I use the celery in there. I'll throw carrots. Mix it like here. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so you know, I would be too if I would be disappointed too if he didn't get it. But already talked that he's going to get it. Why? Okay, so the one thing about cooking over baking, cooking you can change things up a little bit and still be good. Baking is basically a precise science. So that's 2 cups of water. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit more to it. After I get the Worcestershire sauce. How much must sauce? 1 teaspoon of paprika. Because it just doesn't look like it's doesn't look like it's not going to have enough water or anything in there. Bring that around. Thing about paprika, you don't need a lot of it. All right. Teaspoon of black pepper. And by the way, Queen's music is golly, it's the best music out there. If anybody says otherwise, I'm meeting at Taco Bell and we'll fight about it. Because Queen's music is awesome. Got there. How much? 2 teaspoons of white sugar. Sugar. That's a 2. Yep. Now, I've never made this recipe before, so we're going to experience this recipe together. I made, if you weren't here earlier, I talked about I made a white mushroom, or a basically cream mushroom soup yesterday. 1 tablespoon. That's what I needed. Go. Okay, so we got that in there, the celery. Basically a mushroom soup. It is fantastic. Hey, Glitter Toots, how are you doing, my friend? Me and Torx was just talking about you earlier. He was like, we didn't know what happened. You just went silent for 2 days. We were hoping for, is everything okay? So we've got paprika, the pepper, the white sugar, the pink and ball spice. That's the next thing. Now check to see how it. Go. Allspice smells like Christmas. So how you doing, Glitter Tubes? We got that. Add the ingredients. Cover pot is simmer on low heat. But here's the thing. Here is what I'm looking at. I'll mix this up first. I just don't like how I have to add just a little bit more water to it. I have some beef stock. I just tossed that. Do I have beef stock up there? I think I do. Nice. I have beef stock up here. Oh, I did. Yeah, it's already been open in my mind. I'll add a little bit of water. Oh, you having leftover spaghetti? I did that the other day. But I'm glad everything's hopefully getting better for you. We were just talking because we were wondering about you because we knew something happened. We just didn't know and wanted to make sure you're all right. We add some more water to it. All right, that's what's a little bit better. But because I added we add a little bit more. Doing that. Start. One thing I forgot was just did I add it there? Yes, I do. Garlic. I just now noticed that. Almost forgot the garlic. I want to chop that up and go through it. Give me 1 second. I'm off. I'm going to drop some garlic off that. All right, there we go. Put that around. And we'll stir this. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, I can just turn it off. So I started this at 6 o'clock. And the prep time cooking, again, is at this point where it cooks for 90 minutes, takes about 47 minutes. Again, all these recipes today you can find at allrecipes.com. This is called Big Papa's Homemade Beef Stew. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Glitter. You go over there and hurt your feelings, you get slapped and silly, pimp style. Just go, take your hand, and just slap them until they straighten up. Oh, it smells good. Get up high. You're going to get the foil first. All right. Now let me wash my hands before I grab my computer. I know, I love it. I just did, let me wash my hands real fast. So, I did a mushroom soup the other day. Hey, Eugene. How are you doing, my friend? You actually just missed all the action. I basically got done and now everything's cooking. But I did a recipe. Actually, I'll bring it right up to tell you exactly what website. Here is the website for this piece. For this recipe that we're doing. This is the beef stew. Here's the recipe for that. Oh, that's cool. Let me go ahead and bring up the other recipe. I did a mushroom soup the other day, and it was. What's it doing? Peter, what? No. There we go. And this was done by the Food Network. And it is one of the best mushroom soup recipes I've ever had in my life. and it's Wolfgang Puck, basically, is the author of this recipe. Prep time, it yields 4 servings. Here, I'll put this right here in the chat. It yields 4 servings. Prep time, getting everything ready is about 15 minutes. The cook time is 40 minutes. Thinking about it, 60 minutes. I always do about 5 minutes more. And it is extremely good. I'm actually going to, oh, it's good. I'm actually going to be doing later this week, actually no, next week, next Tuesday, I will be doing the mushroom recipe next Tuesday on stream. Now, thing is, coming up, almost forgot, just wait for it to boil. If anybody doesn't know, I do have a culinary degree. I went to the Art Institute of Culinary, graduated with there with my associate's degree. Why I'm not cooking is because the Art Institute screwed me over and actually charged me a lot more. And it's not very much like you. I'm on a government program paid off, but now I'm now $55,000 in debt. I should have become a lawyer or a doctor. At least I would have been halfway making all that money back in a year. But the school itself is terrible. There's actually a lot of lawsuits against them. But the teachers, the professors there, are pretty good. At least for cooking. The ones I had, they were right there cooking along with you, making sure, showing you. And I learned a lot. Because when I started there, I couldn't even make macaroni and cheese. And I'm not talking about from scratch. I'm talking about from the box. I couldn't even do it. But now I'm cooking beef stew, doing all this stuff, and all that stuff taken from there. Now, here's what yeah, so here is what, I want to make sure I frame this up right, so I'm going to go right back to take, here is what it's going to look like. That is what it's going to, now we're going to let this simmer for about 90 minutes. Bring everything back up. So, but that mushroom soup was extremely good. So, I'm actually going to put this back away from the stove a little bit. Now I got cleanup to do. Now I've already washed all my vegetables. Before I forget, I gotta get the potatoes done. Where's this? Take this, break off the excess off. All right. I have to clean the knife off. Give me a second. So basically, it was the mushroom soup, going back to that, because I want to finish it, because that's the best mushroom soup recipe I've ever tasted in my life. I saved it, it's from the Food Network, and it's extremely good. Now here's how I'm cutting the potatoes up. I want them to be about this thick or so. But basically what I did is I cut this potato in half, cut the half right down the center, and I'm basically cutting them into 6 pieces right here. And I got 3 potatoes of that to do. So we got that going. Put this on. Then covered. So one thing about cooking, if you ever get a new appliance and if you're new to cooking, do a test run of your appliance. So this stove right here, if you notice it says an hour, it says 1 minute 30 seconds on there. Not really what it means. We found this out when we went to go cook something and it said cook it for 25 minutes. You put 25 minutes on there like you normally would think. It turns out that was 25 hours. So when you go on this stove particular, which is I can't even pronounce it, it's been so long. The seconds are minutes. So if you put on 1 second on this stove, it's actually 1 minute. Yeah, what am I stepping on? Oh, on here. Yeah. So right now it says an hour and 29, or it says 129. That's actually an hour and 29 minutes. So always know how your equipment works. So we got the potatoes going. I'm cutting them up right now. Those will be the last added to the last 40 minutes. So basically after this timer goes off, we'll add the potatoes, mix it up real good, see how it's looking, and then we'll simmer it for another 40 minutes or at least until the potatoes are tender, and then everything will be ready to eat. So yeah, that's basically beef stew from scratch. Next Tuesday again, I'm going to be doing mushroom soup. I love mushroom soup. I did this recipe already. It didn't last the night. So, and if you are watching this and everything, if you want to, go ahead and hit that follow button, let you know when next time I'm on. I do mostly gaming. I do occasionally IRL and cooking like this. It's a rarity because I tend to try to find recipes that I like. I know I've done it before, except this one. This is the first time of me doing it. So if I screw it up, you know, who's to blame. At least on stream. Where is this? This one. Yeah. Putting this one potato in here. I got 2 more to go. Probably end up later tonight. I'll probably end up watching more of the Wonder Years TV show I've been watching. Now, if anybody is remembering, oh, thank you for the follow, Snacking. I hope how's your day going and everything. Thank you for that follow. Now, I hope everybody does remember, when you're working for potatoes or anything that's grown in the ground, that they harvest from the ground, you want to wash them. Even if you get it from the grocery store, you want to wash them here because you never know what was in that ground or what still be there. So that way you have them just in case. Now, blah. What's the blah for? Glitter? I may have missed something. Get this. I actually cut that a little bit odd, so I had to cut it shorter. That's trash. I mostly do gaming. Cough, watch something good. Oh, you don't like the Wonder Years. Oh, I grew up on that. I grew up with Arnold and Winnie Cooper. Now, yes, so this will be sitting for another hour, 20 minutes. What you want to do also when you get the potatoes cut is soak them in water so it actually doesn't dehydrate them. One thing a lot of people forget is, hey, there we go, is, they'll let them sit out and they start to turn brown. But once I get these cut, I'm actually going to just get some water over them and everything. And that way they're soaked, they stay nice and look like this color. Because they will turn brown, they will start turning color before the hour and 25 minutes are up, you just put them in. So, no, you don't like Wonder Years? I grew up on the Wonder Years. See, Friends, The Simpsons. So, I'm actually, I went and bought the complete series at Walmart for $50 because Netflix took it off, so I couldn't even finish watching it. Alright, so we got these potatoes done. If I can fit them all in this one bowl, I may not be able to. So I'll have to split these because they asked for 2 potatoes, but I'm adding actually, I don't dislike it, but it's never been. Oh, okay. So it actually asked for 2 potatoes, but I'm adding 3. Golden Girls I grew up on, same thing with Designing Women because of my mom. I actually like the Golden Girls. Now, so I'm just putting some water in here. So I put water in here to slightly cover to keep these hydrated. That way they don't turn color, start turning on me. Because you also want to keep juices of the potatoes in there. So when they do start to cook and they start to turn color and start to draw the juices out, we're doing it inside the pan here away from you, okay? Grab all these dishes and put them up over here in the sink. That's number 1 rule in the kitchen is always clean up as you're cooking. That way you don't have much to do when you get done and ready to sit down and relax. The entire I don't have Hulu. I just got Netflix and I believe Amazon. And I use my sister's account. And I use my sister's Netflix account, but I don't know if I have her Amazon Prime account. My dad does. So right now I'm just cleaning up a mess, getting all the scraps and everything together, making sure I get everything nice and clean because I don't want to leave food laying around. That's just not sanitary. What was that onion I dropped there? It is. Got I probably rewatched. Right now, I'm rewatching. I just got done rewatching what was left on Netflix, the Law and Order SVU. I'm starting to rewatch the show called American Crime. I've never seen it before, but it's got Timothy Hutton in it, and I like him. I saw him in Leverage, and I think he's a pretty good actor. He's also in The Haunting of Hill House, which is on Netflix. I recommend you guys go see that because that show is pretty darn good and everything. So while we're waiting here, we'll talk. Brown onions. While we're waiting here, we can do a Q&A or anything you guys would like to talk about. While we're waiting. Anything you guys want to know or ask, go ahead. I'm down for that right now. I'm just right over here. Normally I'm watching the count on my phone, but I'm liking this a lot better because it's easier for me to see it on my and everything. Yes, I am drinking Coca-Cola. It's not scary. So it's a mini series. So if you're thinking, oh, it's going to end on a cliffhanger, it's not going to. The Haunting of Hill House is more of a psychological thriller. Yeah, it's got a few jump scares, but it's extremely good. It's not like the movies because it's sort of like a remake of the movies, but its own imagination of it. So I highly recommend it. It's not scary. Basically, what it does, it does a lot of time jumping. So you're gonna be like, wait, who are these two people? The younger version, Tim Hutton's character, is played by the same guy that played the kid in E.T., the main star. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. But he plays the younger version of Tim Hutton's character, Timothy Hutton. So there's a lot of time jumping. So when the family lived in the house and when they don't, when they're adults. So and you see a little bit about what happened on a certain night, and you're seeing a little bit. So it starts off in the first episode, something's happening. Then it has a time forward jump, and you're like seeing the aftermath. You're curious what happened that night because it keeps referencing that night. So it's highly good. You don't find out till near the end what's really going on and what happened that night. The acting on it is extremely superb. I mean, I probably watched it twice because the acting's that good. Now everybody says Stranger Things, how everybody's great actors and actresses on it. It's the same thing with this. Netflix is hitting it on all strides when they're producing some shows and movies. They just came out with one starring Chris Pine. I need to look at. It just came out like 2 days ago. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a medieval movie. So I want to check that out. I'll probably end up watching it tonight after the beef stew's done. So let me see how this is looking. Looking a lot better. So I'm gonna bring the computer over here. Let everybody see what it's looking at now compared to what it was earlier. Hang on a second. I gotta frame this up right. There we go. So this is looking a lot better. CLC is still simmering. So we still have an hour and 17 minutes on that. We covered right there. I set this right back here away from the steam. The last time I watched on Netflix was that's interesting. But here's the thing. I share my accounts with my sister, my dad, so there's a lot of shows I do want to watch, but I can't because I don't want my niece or nephew watching it. Like there was a movie that, it was Blue is the Warmest Color. It had a lot of acclaim in Sundance, at film festivals, and a lot of film festivals. And I wanted to watch it, but because there was a lot of nudity in it, I didn't want to be on the queue in case my niece or nephew got on the account and they started watching it because my nephew is he's 12 right now, and my niece is 7. So I don't want them, watching anything like that. I did watching it on a different side. It is very good. It's a good love story. A lot of subtitles because it is French. Yes, so I actually try to keep my viewing habits a little bit more tame than a lot of other people talk about. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch my crime shows, on my cooking shows. So right now, if anybody's wondering what's going on, why I'm not cooking, I'm actually right now cooking over there on the stove. It says we got an hour and 15 minutes. So I figured before I add these potatoes in. So we're to sit here and talk to everybody, see how everybody's going. If you do have any questions to ask me, go ahead and ask them. I'll answer them. Again, I also, if anybody's worrying about my background, I do have a cooking degree. Use it only at home because found out when you're looking for a restaurant job, even the head chefs don't get paid that much. And I got a lot of bills to pay, mostly student loans. So thinking about getting rid of the beard, but I'm not 100% sure. What do you guys think? Get rid of the beard or don't, or keep it and just trim it up? So, you know what? Let me go ahead and get these back in the fridge. That way I get the spruce and stuff. Get this. And for this will cool down a little bit right here. We'll get that cleaned up here in a second. So, yeah, I think about just trimming the sides up right here and at least trimming up the sides a little bit. But I like the beard. I mean, there's some people who don't, some people, and some who do. So, like if I go for, once I pass this last class to get my interview degree, if I go for job interviews, I'm shaving it all off. Or trimming it down and seeing how it looks trimmed down very professionally. Because I do like it, I do like this length, but it's one of those where it'll have to go and probably regrow back. This is probably grown like this for the last 3 months. So. Yeah, I'm gonna end up washing that pan before it gets all that grease dried on it. So, yeah, basically right now we got some time to kill. Again, if you did come in and you're wondering how we got from point A to point B, all this is uploaded to my YouTube channel, Duke of Crawford. You go over to YouTube, type in Duke of Crawford, look for the Duke of Crawford symbol that you have right here next to my name on Twitch, and hit that follow button, and as you know, every Sunday I upload all my videos I do for the week. So that way, well, you know what, every Saturday, I'm sorry, Sunday because I do schoolwork, but every Saturday I upload all of them. So if you missed it, check back Saturday evening or Sunday. Rewatch it on YouTube on Duke of Crawford, my channel on YouTube. So basically, right now we're still in the process of. If you haven't seen some of my other, you too, Glitter too. So thank you for stopping by and everything. I'll see probably tomorrow in Mitch's stream. Because I'll be back normal time about 4:30 tomorrow. Now coming up in the next 2 weeks because of the holidays, I don't stream on Thanksgiving. I got family coming in now, so my stream time will not be regular. Normally it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. I had to take two weeks off before because of heavy schoolwork and actually, you know what? Here we go. So I could frame this up right. So we're in the process of taking out this wall, and we're in the process of taking this out right here. we're going to be adding a three-sided fireplace once we take out this pellet burner. And right here, last couple of weeks we ran into a wiring problem, so I had to stop on that, and when I had to get back up in the attic, which is not fun, to replace this wire, and finish up replace some of the wires up there that were actually not, found that out 2 days ago. I haven't got a chance to get the new wire yet. And then we are taking this part out, and there's actually a fireplace back here, and we're actually putting in a built-in sort of cabinet and nook, where it has china and other dishes in it. And over here, we're going to be taking out where that picture is right there. We're going to be taking that little part of wall out, and we're actually putting a window there. And we're actually getting ready to replace all of our windows here. Last week, or a week and 3 days ago, we had a new geothermal put in. So I was working on that, and also we bought another house that we're renting out to a nice family. So I go over there, and I was working on the yard, getting that all going. This was in the last 2 weeks, so basically I was busy, so I wasn't streaming regularly. Now, after Thanksgiving, I will be back to my regular schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And if this cookie thing goes well, then every Tuesday I'll do a cooking show, depending on finances, because food costs money. So, how many more minutes? Hour and 8. But I will be after Thanksgiving and back to a regular every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday schedule. Because I got family coming in, and now actually my brother's coming in tomorrow with his dog. And he has a nice dog, very well trained. He's coming in for a week tomorrow. He will leave Thanksgiving evening. And I got my aunts and uncles who are coming out of town. So I'll have some people in and out of my house all the time. So, sorry. If I don't get to streaming one night, it's because the family's here for coming in for Thanksgiving or so. Just a heads up, because everybody is doing Thanksgiving. So what I'm going to do is I'll actually I'm going to log off. Actually, we're going to raid a good friend of mine. Let me see if he's on. Yeah, not, but we're going to raid him, and I'll come back live once this is done in another hour and 40 minutes. Because I can sit here and talk and we'll be bored and stuff. So we'll go ahead and do that. So have a good evening. I'll be back.